this is Shane, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to make egg rolls. So this is the wrap that I'm gonna use today, and it's called the TYJ Spring Rolls Pastry. Okay, and I used the cabbage, and I made it really thin, not thick. And then I'm gonna use vermicelli noodles. You can see I cut them small pieces so they won't be really long. And then I cut the carrots and make them to small pieces, shredded. And the meat that I'm using is pork, and I chopped it so they could be really grounded. So chop it so they're really, less pieces together. Okay? And you could use cilantro on the side. You could put them in later on, and green onion later on. So now I'm gonna do the mixture. I already have the cabbage and the vermicelli together, so I'm just gonna mix them for a little bit. You like to have it all mixed up. You don't want them to be all together. I'm gonna add my carrots in there. So here it goes. So you just want to mix them all up together. You can see that they're all mixed together. They're not choppy in like scattered places. They're mixed well. Now I'm gonna add my meat in here. Depending on you, how much you want to put in there, and depending on how big in a portion you're making. I made 2 bags of carrots today, and about 4 bags of vermicelli, and 1 cabbage and a half. So this is what I'm making. Add these in here. Okay, now you just want to mix them all up. You want to separate the meat because it's going to be all chunky, and you don't want that. You want them to be all over. I'm just going to grab more of the meat in here. Okay. So now I'm just going to mix them all up. Okay, now you're going to want to add the seasoning, and before you do that, you want to add some eggs. So they would be, what's the word? So they wouldn't be like, well, what I'm trying to say is, you want to make it like, so they won't be all chunky and thick like this. You want them kind of slimy. So in order to do that, you need to put some eggs in here. You don't want to put too much eggs. You only want to put just perfect. So usually I put around like 4 to 5, sometimes 6 eggs in here. So let's just put some eggs in here. Okay, now you want to mix the egg in. You want to make sure you get all over, underside, top, bottom. You want to mix it really well. You could tell when you mix it, it feels different. It's not the same. And if you need more eggs, put more eggs. Like I have a lot of noodles and a lot of carrots and a lot of cabbage, so I'm gonna add 2 more eggs. Okay. So just to get all that in here. You don't want to add too much because you're gonna add your ingredients. So I use about 8 eggs for this because there's a lot. Now you want to add some black pepper. I'm going to add some black pepper in here. Okay. And then I'm going to add some oyster sauce. And mixture with the panda brand. So there's 2 different oyster flavor sauce. And I'm going to add a little of the chicken flavor. You could buy these at any Asian store. I believe you could buy it Fufu, they have it too. And you will add sprinkles just have a flavor taste. And lastly, you want to add some salt. You still need to add a little bit of salt in here too. Once you're done, you mix them all up very well so the flavor can get through the noodles. So it can have the flavor taste when you eat the egg roll. You could tell from the beginning it wasn't like this. I forgot to add my green onions. So I'm going to put my green onions in here. Okay. I'm going to mix them. The ingredients for the egg roll. And now you're ready to fold them. So we're going to move to the next step. So you can see I have my egg roll wrap right here already. And this is the wrap from the bag. So this is what we're going to use to wrap the egg rolls. Okay, now you're going to need the egg yolk. You're going to need so in order to get that to cover, you're going to open the egg. See if I could. And you're going to use the outside, not the yolk. So you wanted to separate the yolk. from that. So that's what you're gonna use, and you put this on the side. So we don't need that. Okay. Now we're gonna use our meat what we have earlier. So we're just gonna grab a little, and you wanna put it on the wrap. Okay. You wanna form it out nicely, and then you're gonna wrap it over. Push back. You want to make it tight when you fold it, and so the oil, when you deep fry them, the oil won't get in. So you're gonna roll it in, do the sides, and then you're gonna use the yolk, the white yolk, and tap it right here, and you wanna cover it, and it stays. Here you go. This is your egg roll. And then once you're done, make like about 10, put on the pan, put oil in, and then when it's hot, just drop it in and wait until it's crispy and brown. So we'll get back to that. But for now, we're going to end up wrapping egg rolls, and I'll come back to you guys on how it's going to look like, okay? So we're going to continue wrapping. Make a lot. We need to get rid of all these. So I'm done with this. And I'm done with that, so I'm going to put it with the other ones that I made earlier. And then just continue wrapping. Okay, so we made a lot, so now we're gonna deep fry it. So more oil. Gonna let it set until it's crispy and brown and turn it. Okay, so we're back checking and it's ready. We want it to give it this color.
Taking picture for what? Why is that taking picture?
It's all ready. Let me try it. My sauce. See if it's good. It's really good. It's hot too. Yep, that's how you make egg rolls. Thank you for watching.